boy DOC, and I got a very special guest on the line. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and where you from.
Smokecamp Chino from Detroit, east side of Detroit, 7 miles.
Word, man. Well, once again, man, we appreciate you coming on. And before we jump into anything, get into your life, and for just for the people that's like tuned in, you're gonna have fans that's gonna be tuned in, and possibly people that may not be familiar with you. So we're gonna just run through everything. I want to tap into like what you got going on musically and stuff like that related around your career right now that you want people to tap into and go check out and all that first.
Oh yeah, I got a mixtape dropping July 13th called Life in the Feds. I got like 10 tracks on there, man. They can go check that out on iTunes, etc. Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, everything.
Okay, for sure. Well, you got you got a lot of features on there. You attacking that solo? How you put that together?
Yeah, I got one feature on there, but everything else is like kind of solo. It ain't too many artists on there. I got Stone Heart Buddha on there. That's it.
Is that you like as far as in your career you don't really like working with a lot of artists, or is that just the way you wanted to put this one together?
I mean, that's really how I am. Like, I don't really like working with a lot of artists, at least right now, while I'm really still building, because I'm not where I want to be. I mean, once I get established and get bigger, then I'll probably reach out to more artists, but not right now. I'm just trying to show the world who I really am and work my mojo that way.
Yeah, for sure. This something I definitely, before, like I was saying, I want to ask you this question because of course, doing research, going back through some old interviews and stuff. And plus, I've been seeing a lot of interviews coming out lately, just different artists from the city. I want to get your opinion on why you think it's so much of a big deal to people that's like out of towners that people don't really put like M in their top 5 or say that we don't listen to Eminem like that around here. Why you think it's so surprising to other people that's not from here?
I mean, to be honest, maybe they don't look at it the way we look at it. Like, it's a different culture. What he rapping about, you know what I'm saying? It's different from the real actual Detroit culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas that's really in the inner city out here in the streets, and they are part of this culture, like the bus and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? How flashy we are. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that they don't know, that they never seen him, never seen from him, that we got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's probably why people look at it like that. They don't really, they just not getting tuned into the real Detroit. You know what I'm saying? He Detroit. Don't get me wrong. I don't disown him. Him was a great artist. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like he not the real Detroit.
Right.
Like what's really going on.
Yeah, for sure. All right, now kind of rewinding, going back a little bit. Now you was born and raised on the east side, but you lived on the west side. Like how was that transition? Like what would you say the biggest differences from your point of view between the east and the west?
To me, the east is more like it's more grimy, more savage, it's more like anything can happen at any given time. I mean, Detroit is all the same at the same time, but like the east is just more grimy and more savage. You know what I'm saying? They got a fucked up. It put me in a different mind state. On the west, it's kind of like a little bit more calm, but you still got the same type of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? The east side is just more harder to me, and I'm not trying to make it seem like that because I'm from there. This is from experience from being on both sides.
Right. During that time, you said you end up moving to the west because you end up getting kicked out of school and had to go live with some other family members. What was going on during your life during that time that made you get kicked up out of school?
Taking a little shit to school, getting caught with drugs, you know what I'm saying, fighting people and all things of that nature, you know what I'm saying, guns and shit. And once I wasn't really like shooting guns, but I had guns, you know what I'm saying, just taking guns to school, getting suspended, getting expelled, you know what I'm saying, doing shit behind my parents' back. And they were just tired of me at the school, so they kicked me out. I ended up moving on Joy Road to Wyoming with my mother.
Yeah. How was your peeps feeling about that once you got kicked out? Was they tripping, or like you was too much of a handful for them?
Yeah, it was like too much of a handful for them because my mother and father both got 10 kids apiece, so it was just like I'm the oldest, and they got babies to take care of. They can't be chasing behind me at the same time. It was just like kind of a handful. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! That's one thing I didn't know that you had that many siblings. You know what I mean? And they all in the city?
Yeah, they all in the city, every single, except one. One of them just moved to Boston.
Y'all pretty much got a good relationship?
Yeah, for the most part. Not everybody. Like, we kind of distant, but majority of them, like nine of them, we grew up in the same house together. You know what I'm saying? On my mother's side. And the other ones, I got brothers that's twins, but we ain't got the best relationship. It's kind of like distant, but you know what I'm saying? They come on my Instagram from time to time, kick it with me, like talk to them on the phone, but it ain't like no real close relationship with them.
Right, yeah. And I also had seen that you had said that, you know, of course, everybody around here feel like, you know, Blade is a big influence on the city. I always wanted to ask you, probably growing up, not growing up because not like you young or nothing like that, but like listening to his music and seeing the influence that he had over the city, what made you take a different route with your music?
The reason I took a different route is because in Detroit, it's kind of like the same thing. Like it's the same pattern of rappers. Like everybody rapping about the same exact thing. So in my eyes, I'm like, all right, I'm about to take it to this gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? And just push this gangster shit to show them that how the gangster side of Detroit is. You know what I'm saying? More than just the flashy side and the selling drugs and getting money. You know what I'm saying? So I just chose the gangster route because there ain't that many players, like people in that lane. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that many artists in the city that's in the gangster lane. You only have a select few.
Yeah, that's real. When like from that, what would be the key moment that you feel like you started taking rap serious? Like you have been doing it a little bit while before that. When you feel like you started taking it serious?
Nah, I say about 2016 is when I really took it serious. When I met Chief Keef, that's when I really started taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? Because that changed my life as far as like making money and having a bigger platform, getting that buzz I always wanted. You know what I'm saying? So once that happened, it just made me think like, yeah, I can really do this. You know what I'm saying? If I got him listening to me, down there, half the world, all the artists in the world was looking up to him. If they ain't looking up to him, at a point in time they was looking up to him. You know what I'm saying? So, and I got him on my team. You feel me? So it just was a good feeling and just let me know that I can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Y'all still plug together. You technically or still consider? Was it like y'all signed, or it was just like y'all cool and that's why you like doing the Glow Gang type thing?
Yeah, it was more of like a brotherhood. It never was. He told me from the get, like, I ain't gonna put you on no contract, bro. Like, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a brotherhood thing. You know what I'm saying? We kicked it a lot. We still kick it to this day. You know what I'm saying? So it was never like no paperwork involved or nothing like that.
Yeah. Throughout that time of dealing with Keith, did you get the opportunity to like meet other artists in the game?
Not really, unless they was inner circle like Glow Gang. Oh, I didn't meet Meek Mills personally. Well, I didn't meet him personally, but I connected with Meek Mills, Waka Flocka. Them about the main two big artists I connected with. I got Slim Thug, and that's about it. It's probably some more, but I can't really think about all of them off the head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And during those experiences, did you feel like I don't know. I always be like in the meet, you know, as artists, like when they do get to meet different people that's up in the industry, do a lot of these artists, not so to say those people, but just, you know, do a lot of these motherfuckers that be in the industry, do they really be who they present themselves to be, or 99% of them putting on like a front for the camera?
I mean, for the most part, they be who they be. They be that person, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of them do put on the front for the camera, you know what I'm saying? They just characters. But Meek Mills, he a genuine dude. Waka Flocka a genuine dude. I'm pretty sure everybody know that. They pretty genuine, you know what I'm saying? They really like, they are who they are on the songs and how they be on camera and stuff like that. But I can't speak for everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. You know, I've been seeing like maybe over the past year, and there's probably been other situations where a lot of artists been squashing beef around the city. You know what I mean? What do you think, along with squashing beef, you think it would take for city to get more respect with all the talent, you know what I mean, around here?
I just think like unity, man. Like you're saying, like is everybody coming together, man? Not just necessarily just squashing beef, just like be together more. You know what I'm saying? Get along. We could be in the studio together, one big studio, all the top tier artists, and you know what I'm saying? Like people, they pay attention to that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But you got all these cats out here. When the beef goes too far, somebody might get shot. Somebody might it just be too much going on, and it can't go no further. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that for a lot of people in the city, a lot of groups and stuff. It's deeper than what people see. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that I can't speak on, but it's deeper than what people see. So that's why a lot of stuff never really gets squashed. It might calm down, but it's never squashed. Like it still be stuff going on. It might not be with the rappers, it might be within the entourage. So it just be too deep for people to, you know what I'm saying, squash it. But as far as the question you saying, like if people just come together, all the people who can come together and just be together, not just like we squash it on the internet, take a picture, like actually be together in the studio doing songs, hanging out, doing positive things, like it'll come together for Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a great city, you got a lot of talented artists, just there's no unity.
Yeah. Do you feel like the industry still play a part in, like, you know, it was a long ass time where motherfuckers was just like, it seemed like motherfuckers was purposely just not paying attention to what's going on here. You think it's still a little bit of that too?